Evening! It's been exactly a bloody ages since I've done a video. I'm quite interested to know when the last video I've done. Just so you all know, I'm on the projector with Facebook so I can read all the questions. I don't have to use the projector, it's just nice, but I've bought X-Men Days of Future Past for tonight, so I'm going to do that after this. I hope the light's not too bad. It's probably shadowing me down like that, making me look very, very old. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. What was I looking up? My channel. Last time I put a video up was 2 weeks ago. I'm not into it at the moment. Robots are great. I've got loads of lovely robots. I've redone one of my shelves. I'm definitely redoing another. I'm going to redo another of the shelves tomorrow. Have you got yours yet? I had to play with Dave's at the shop. I had to play with Dave's at the shop. The head is as wobbly as everyone says it is, because even in the box it's just wobbling about. A Q&A video. Q&A, I'm going to do one a month. I'm going to do one a month. Today's Q&A video. Today's Q&A video is some really nice questions, some really easy questions, some really interesting questions. And then there's Bill, who just hasn't watched the last couple of Q&A videos and doesn't really understand what I'm trying to achieve. But somehow it was just funny. He asked one very inappropriate question that I am going to pull you up on at the time, but he did get pulled up by someone who he... Where's the first one? Now I can use the... I can use the mouse in the right place so I don't miss questions like I did last time. Very sorry. I might... I need to go half an hour. It's 20:36. So I've really got till 9 o'clock. Let's go, let's do this. Talked for ages already. Fuck. Oh. I didn't get a beer. Door shut. I got 2 beers because I'm fucking gangster. John Penfold. Mr. John. I've not watched a Mr. John video for a while. They're very long. I've got to get back into it. Which is a shame, because I really like what he does. Mr. John is one of the few people that is a true dedicated G1er, but still appreciates the new stuff at the same time. He's like me. He is he's more than me. He's very, very well-rounded, his collection. It's very good to watch him. What would you intend to do with your collection in your later years? Sell them? Give them to a museum or friends? Or maybe do you intend to pass them on to your kids if you have any later? I'm 40 fucking years old. If I haven't got fucking children in the next 2 years, it's just not happening. It's very much a problem for me at the moment. So thanks for bringing it up. I've never thought about it. It's just, I thought about it once. I've got a feeling it will just go into storage. I'm not sure. The truth is, it would be lovely for it to go to kids, but I'd be really worried about kids playing with it, because obviously these things aren't children's toys. They might get broken or damaged or parts lost, and we can't have that because that's horrible, isn't it? So I'm not sure. I've got a feeling it'll all just... I think I'll always keep the stuff that I love. And the stuff that I like, the stuff that I've gotten because... the stuff that I've gotten because it just feels like the right thing to do, because it's new. I think one day that'll all... I don't think I'll sell it unless it's worth an all. I guess with some of the stuff that I've got, it's like, if you sold it properly, just some money's worth there. But I've never considered it. I think the reason I've never considered it is because I've never had the opportunity to have the display that I've always wanted. And I guess that's the next rung in the ladder. So until I hit that thing, I'm not going to think about getting rid of them until I've not had them at the state that I'd really like them to be. That's quite a good answer. I'm really pleased with that one. I've just come up with that off the top of my head. Very good. Ian Payette. Have you ever been to other sci-fi collectors conventions other than AA or RRC? Roll out roll call. Things in the pipeline. Things. I've been to a little one over the road called DEF CON, but I've never really been to anything specifically. I'm just kind of not that bothered. There is another big one that happens in a place up the road from us called Eastleigh, where they have a big sports centre, and they managed to fill like 2 rooms of this massive sports centre with replica cars from the films and people dressed up. But they didn't do one last year. They might do one this year again. It's not really my thing. There's loads of people. Just lots of people. Stuart Nicholson. Same as last time, because I didn't read his question out last time. I didn't like axe your question. I'm just a dyslexic twat, and reading it on the iPad means I don't have the cursor on it, so I kept missing questions. I was sober for that one, I think. Would you do a custom on a masterpiece figure, and which one? Yes, I would. I have, for a while, had my eyes out for a cheap, I say cheap, I do mean cheap and affordable, either MP01 or a leader class Dark of the Moon Optimus Prime, because I'd love to rusty them up, or do them in chrome silver underneath and then put coloured lacquers over the top to make the paint look really, really super shiny metallic. Either of those. But yes, it's definitely on the agenda one day, but I'm quite happy practicing on little stuff that is, in the grand scheme of things, inconsequential. I think if you worry about making mistakes and never make mistakes, you're always playing too safe and you're never learning anything. So I'm really enjoying doing stuff at the moment that I can quite happily fuck up and don't feel like I've lost anything. Or fix and don't sit there with a big bottom lip because what I wanted didn't work. I need to give myself the freedom to try things and not feel that I've succeeded or failed, but just learnt something from the experience, and then I'll apply that to something else, and then all the knowledge comes together into a big fucking arrowhead of awesome, and then I can stab people through the brain with it. Yeah, I would. John Penfold, if you could work as a model maker on any film, which would you choose, past, present, or future movie? Star Trek. Star Wars is just an amazing phenomenon. But none of it ever really made me want to sit there and think, oh, I wish I was there on the day that they filmed that. But to think that once upon a time they turned that big, beautiful 8-foot refit Enterprise from the motion picture on with all the lights and all the lights in the station and everything and the paint job, and that's a really dreamy thought for me. That's like one of the, if there are 5 things that I could sit down that were my comfy place that would just calm me down. Do you know what I mean? It's one of those, that's special for me. So yes, it would have been Star Trek. Fucking amazing question though, because I've actually had a conversation recently that if I'd have actually been encouraged to do some of this stuff at school instead of them just going, that's not a job. With what I can do now and the way I'm not afraid to try things now at 40 after really just 6 months of being back into it and doing stuff, and the Optimus that I did for me and Dave, and if I'd followed that, yeah, I could have done that. It's annoying. And I mean like making masks of people's faces and then claying them up to turn into monsters, and doing silicone moulds and spray painting this airbrushing silicone moulds to make them look like monsters. I would have been boss at that. I've gone on about this for ages. Thanks. It was a good question. Ian Payette, do you have a grail in any of... can't read. I think that's going to come up later. Do you have a grail in any of the other films, TV shows that you watch? If you do, what is it? I have at Mum and Dad's house a 10% finished 1350 USS Enterprise refit that I just got so dreamy about in the actual model making section. I have a very, very nice lighting board given me to a very amazing gentleman. I have the bridge wired up, ready to rock and roll, and I've done some stuff wrong on it and it's halted me. And with all the money that I'm spending on Transformers, after Christmas I have to slow down and buy a new 1350 kit. because it's just my dream to have it. And to buy them goes from anything from £2,500 for an average one to £5,000-6,000 for good ones. And I know that with the stage that I'm at, I could make at least a passable one with the right lights in the right order on a nice stand. But I'm lazy and it upsets me, and I've really thought a lot about it lately, so I've got to get on it. John Penfold, do you like the newer Star Trek films? Yes, I think they're brilliant. They're actually in a little pile of films that I'm going to be watching over the next sort of up until Christmas with some time off and that sort of thing. So yes, I'm going to watch them in order, possibly in the same day. How exciting. Yes, I do. I really like them. They're very good. John Penfold, are you excited about the new Star Wars movies? Yes, I am. More than Star Trek. They're going to be amazing. Whether people like them or not, just expanding the Star Wars universe and having the original cast back in. And I think from the perception that I've got, and I'm not really smack bang into it, but I do look at a lot of the social media that they do, I think this one is just taken a bit more seriously as being Star Wars as opposed to the other ones that were just, let's rape some money out of it. I hope I'm right. It should be good. John Penfold, are you excited about Star Wars? Yes, Star Wars, nice, good. Oh, for fuck's sake. Stuart Nick... It's going to annoy me. Stuart Nicholson, how many Optimus Primes do you have? I don't have a clue. It's at 80 something. I actually had a little count the other day. It wasn't anywhere near as many as I thought. But you know what? I fucking love all of my Optimus Primes. I love all of them. People come around the house and ask me about them, and I just go, oh yes, this one is this one is that. And, oh. And it's gone up quite a lot lately because I've been sent another. I've been sent some. I've bought some. I think it was only like 60 odd, but it's a really good 60. Because it's not loads. I haven't got like the 84 Optimus Prime and then the yellow one and then the black one from G2 and then the Pepsi variant. I could do all of that stuff, but I'm all about having one of the major ones from each one, and then if other stuff comes along, then I'll just pick it up, caress it, touch it with my hands. Oh, that's the plan. That's what we're doing. That's the plan. Ian Payette, do you think you have a massive geek? Do you think you would have a massive geek out moment and then faint if you ever met Peter Cullen? No, but it would be good. And I'd want him to do a movie line. And I wanted to do the voice. Go on, Pete, do the voice. Do it! Then I'd fall over and have a little piss my pants, maybe. Have you ever... Stuart Nicholson, have you ever looked at your van and asked it to transform? No. Stop it. There's more to life to Transformers, that's why I'm trying to do this. Fucking fuck. Kathleen Wright, she of Lipstick. Do you collect anything else besides Transformers? No. It's the only room in my life for so many things. Because I skate lots, don't I? So I don't collect anything for skating. Same person. How many fights you've had in ice hockey? Exactly none, because I'm a fucking girl. As good as I used to be, as fast as I used to be, I'm terrified of the fights, and that's why I play with lots of people that are lots bigger than me to do that for me. That's just the honest truth of it. I can mix it up. I'm really good at physical contact. I used to be. Let's assume that it's 15 years ago. I'm really good at physical contact stuff. I'm proper good at it. But I'm not fighting. I don't like it. What position do you play? I used to be a forward, but now I'm a defender because I'm old. But I think a lot of it's because the defence create the offence, and if you have a defender that's inexperienced, they just tend to whack it in the other zone, whereas you need to take a moment to make sure that rather than just get rid of it because you're in trouble, is there someone going the other way that could really make the most of an opportunity. Play defence now, it's okay, I've got a big shot. I can't score goals anymore, I just can't. In fact, I really can't score goals lately. I just can't score goals for shit. I can't score fucking goals. It's driving me crazy. I'm trying as well. Mental block. What kind of player are you in ice hockey? Refer to Mighty Ducks characters. I think I just did that. However, I am Gordon Bombay. Because I coach the kids. Because at the end of the film, he really did want to coach the kids. And I really do want to coach the kids. I'm Coach Bombay. Yes, Mr. Ducksworth. Quack, 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 Mr. Ducksworth. I like that film. It's good. Triple D, Charlie. Ooh. Oh, then fuck the mum. Oh. Love the tone. Richard Joseph Delafield. Bisto Yeti. Go and watch some Bisto Yeti. He did a video looking like Braveheart the other day, and he was a bit tipsy, and the video didn't make any sense. I just liked it. It's like, well, it's the inside of someone's brain spilling out all over their mouth, and that's what I do every week. I quite like it. Then I told everyone off for not doing doing Transformers questions, and then Mr. Delafield says, "Goobots." Cheeky monkey! Scott Barker! The first of many, I feel, that's coming along. Pick 3 of your favourite TV shows or movies, any of them, whatever they are. You can make one lasting change to the storyline or a character for each. What do you change? I cannot answer your question. I don't have anywhere near enough imagination to even have any contemplation of even what you're fucking going on about on one, let alone having to do that for 2 more afterwards. I don't know what you mean. I like so many films now, it's unbelievable, because I'm finding that movies with the nice projector being there, with the nice speakers being there, is a very good way to fill my time that isn't doing this. I'm complaining about being old. I got told off by Pred the other day for my drinking. That was amazing. Natalie Harper. She likes blurs. 3 things you would like. 3 things you would absolutely need if you were stranded on a desert island. If I'm actually genuinely stranded on a desert island, I'm fucked. You can give me 3 fucking things and it's not going to matter what they are. They are going to be a very, very, very temporary solace to a very, very bad situation. Because I struggle looking after myself in polite modern society where I have a bank account and a van and a means to get money and a shop that'll actually do things for me, and I'm still fucking rubbish at it. I can't do it if I'm stuck in a bloody island. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. So I'll have a fleshlight, a bottle of lube, and a roll of toilet tissue. I'm gonna fucked anyway. In a funny mood tonight. Ian Payette, are you a fan of the first Blues Brothers movie? If you are, why? It's okay. I remember the car chase when they went through a shopping mall. They went through a shopping mall in these great big American cars. And I remember that because I've seen one of the cars, because it lives around here and it's at the show that's up in Tottenham, and they have a silly sound system and LED lights underneath it, which is kind of sullied it. I don't care about it. It's got songs in it. Mustang Sally. I think that's it. Stuart Nicholson. Do you like sausages? Looking at the time. 4 minutes. Do you like sausages? Yes, they're very nice. The best sausages are the ones that come in sandwiches with tomato sauce. Especially if someone else makes them. I'm going to have 4 minutes to talk about this one. I read this one. Obviously, I keep an eye on what's coming in. You go, bing, bing, bing. You know, Bill, all that stuff. Then this one popped up, which is probably good that it's come towards the end because I can stop the camera and start again. Like it's that important. Lee Gregorki, damn you hussies. Off of having a conversation about some news that he had the other day, and it was really nice. And I feel that I have more to offer than I'm currently doing on a community basis of playing with robots. So I have been talking to some people about some things that maybe we can do. I've been thinking a lot about the Christmas photo competition. And this guy is one of the guys that I just need to brainstorm with one day. Just talk to him for 5 minutes to get used to the fact that I'm talking to him. Because often when you do talk to people in real life, having a two-way experience is quite an emotionally jarring kind of thing, because they're coming back at you and you're not judging them or listening to them or appreciating what they're doing. You're having to really listen to them properly. You're not looking at your phone and, you know, I'm a bit hungry, I might put the kettle on. It's much more of a kind of situation. But it'll work. Watch Lee's channel, it's very good. You should watch Damn You Hussies, definitely go now. I put a video up of his on the page the other day, you should definitely go and have a look. Have you ever been ashamed of something hobby related that you have purchased? No. Because I'm just a bit... the purchase is the thrill, isn't it? It's the ownership afterwards is a little diluted. Nothing immediately springs to mind that I'm ashamed of. Because I'm not ashamed anymore, because I'm just out and proud about being nerdy, and my life isn't all, and my life is a huge amount better, because I don't think it's got anything to do with just announcing to the world that I am a nerd and I'm going to be nerdy. I just think it's got a massive amount that I announced to myself that I am a nerd and I'm going to be nerdy, and I took all of the guilt and all of the frustration away from feeling that, and now I really enjoy what I do. And because I enjoy what I do, lots of other people are enjoying what I do as well. And that sounds like a terribly narcissistic, big up me thing to say. I get lots of messages from people saying they really enjoy the efforts that we go to on the Transformers YouTube community. And it spurs me to do more, even when, like, life at the moment is tumultuous and I'm tired and it's physically very, very demanding and all that sort of stuff. I'm still finding the time to do this stuff, because while I don't want to sit there and tell you how many joints fucking RC's got, I still think about it all day. It's still on my mind all day. I'm still mulling over things to talk about. I think that's why I enjoy doing these. I took up my 4 minutes. I've probably got another couple, but the next one's really difficult, so I'm going to turn you off and then I'm going to turn you back on. Part 2. I might have to edit this, it's going to take fucking forever. Back on the Lee Gregorki, I just bigged him up for quite enough, I'm not doing it anymore. Sorry, Brad, he doesn't like it when I do that. Do you legitimately think reading books, comics has little value? Or is your disregard for them underlined by your own reading confidence? If you can read books, fucking fair play to you, but I can't do it. And reading confidence is a very interesting phrase, because the moment I read it, and I'll be honest with you, I stopped trying to read a long time ago because I found it so frustrating and so difficult that I just sort of stopped doing it. And while I don't ever sit there thinking, oh, I can't read, ultimately I don't really read very well. And so to read story, to read emotion, to read a book in the way that a movie is paced is absolutely impossible for me. The peak of my reading that I've ever done was reading Last Stand of the Records. And Zoe told me the other day that I was lazy for not reading and for not trying to read again, and that really pissed me off, actually. I never said to her about it. Oh god, she might see this, fuck. And she's right, which is probably why it pissed me off. I don't push myself anymore. It doesn't even really get me down anymore. I've just sort of maybe peg myself as who I am, what I am. Even when I bought books I bought a Chris Moyles autobiography. I bought the Steve Olson book. Steve Olson painted the Reefer Enterprise for the movie. And I've tried, and I try, and then after 10 minutes I put it down, and I just never pick it up again. It's not a pleasurable experience, it's not fun, it doesn't make me want to come back. That'll be the serious question of the video then. Stuart Nicholson, what do you... Oh no, where are we going? No, we still got some good ones going up. What do you think is the most underrated vegetable? See, now we're getting into the silly ones. And I don't know because I don't cook. David Tree, which side do you like to pass the duchy on? I'll be going right just to break the convention. Fight the power. Mr. Matthew Norris, whose toy I have and is done. All I need to do is the head sculpt. I'm in the shed tomorrow. I've said this before. I love you. When you come visit me, would you like to visit my toy shop? That's a very, very big question that we will have to have a conversation about on a different day. And not here. Matt Norris, how much are you willing to spend on a toy? I actually had the conversation with Mr. David Tree from All the Cool Stuff. I'm willing to spend on a toy the amount of money it requires to secure that toy in my possession. I think that's what it boils down to. Once you go beyond retail price, some things are priceless without being expensive, if that makes sense. So if a complete star screen, if a complete G1 star screen with good stickers is the thing that you need to complete your collection, and the only one that's available for the next 6 months is £100, you pay that £100 for that toy. Because it's not just a toy, it's not just something that you're going to buy your kids and watch them bang into the skirting boards at Christmas. This is a goal, which makes it different. Matt Clark, do you watch anime? Not anymore, did once upon a time. Not really. Actually, when I moved in here, so it's about 18 months ago, I watched Akira again. It was fucking trash. It's just rubbish. It wasn't rubbish, it certainly wasn't any good. Rob Quick, with quite possibly the biggest question, and a question that really made me think all day and the day after that. Where do you see yourself in 10 years' time? I've just thought all the things that I need to think, and I don't want to articulate any of them to you. Ian Payette, what was the first sci-fi TV show you ever saw? Was it a cartoon or live action series? It was Star Trek, because my dad loved Star Trek and my dad used to play Star Trek. Then I got into like the Jerry Anderson stuff as well. I used to really like Terrorhawks and all that sort of thing. And then Star Trek The Next Generation came on, at which point I became a nerd. Which is odd, because in our house it wasn't being a nerd, because Mum and Dad both, then and still now, adore Star Trek. Mum will sit and watch Star Trek till the fucking cows come home. She won't care, she'll just sit and love all of it. She doesn't even have to watch them in order, she just likes stories, and they are good stories, they're well told stories, so that's why people do it. That's why I do it. It's lovely, jubbly, 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 jubbly. Matt Clark. Oh, there you go. If you could date any Jerry Anderson puppet, which one would it be and why? I'd date Marina. I always quite used to like Marina. I like her song. From Stingray. Rob Quick, would you be up for a joint review with Barry the Boglin from the Isle of Wight now? Yes, that'd definitely be fine, as long as I could do it a silly voice like I do, and you could do it in your silly voice. Not that I'm saying that Bob the Boglin isn't real, but he's not real, he's just a Boglin. Ian Payette. What, Ian, are you bored or fucking hell, mate? Which do you think is the cooler means of time travelling? The DeLorean from Back to the Future, the TARDIS, Bill and Ted's phone booth, or the Quantum Leap accelerator from Quantum Leap? Fucking hell, man. I just like, ooh, I was mean to you, and then you've asked such a massively amazing question. Currently, however, there is only one answer. The TARDIS. The TARDIS. None of the others even come close. I'm indifferent about the last episode. I'm worried that Father Christmas is in the next one. But then having a stupid Father Christmas played by a wonderful actor opposite the grumpiest Doctor we've had in quite some time, I think that's got to just be a good thing, hasn't it? It's got to just... If not, it's going to be a problem. Bill Harrison, with his very good question. Bill, very good question. Do you believe in heaven? No, I don't, because I don't believe in God. Born, bred, dead. Make the most of it. There's nothing waiting for you, sweetheart. God is a way of explaining things that we didn't know how they worked. And then the more... Enlightened is a really rude and arrogant word to use. But the more we knew about things, the more we understood things. And the more we understood things, the slowly we're just proving God out of the picture. It worries me that so many people are still led by it, when it's just as corrupt as everything else. John Hughes, in your life, what keeps you going? What forces you to get up and do something? Nice questions again, see? Very, very good question. At the moment, just necessity. How can I put this? I'm comfortable. Well, there are some things that are definitely not comfortable. In fact, I would go as far as to say they are uncomfortable. I really, really think, and I don't... I had a friend that was very religious, and she went through a very traumatic life event, and her religion, her faith, was a huge help to her. And I wouldn't have that luxury because I don't have that faith. So I never looked down upon it. And let's face it, if it turns out that religion is real, if God is real, and I get proved wrong, and I say, I'm very sorry at the end of it, please let me into heaven, that's generally how the plan works anyway. But at the same time, we've proved how the universe works. We've absolutely proved with empirical data. It's not conjecture. We've actually proved how things work, how things came together. We've learned how it's gone. We've just gone beyond it. This is a good question. It all goes down here from here. Oh no, I've done the wrong one. What forces you to get up in the morning? What have I had to drink? Fuck. Necessity forces me to get up in the morning because this is the point that I had earlier. I am comfortable. I like what I'm doing at the moment. And if I have to work hard to maintain it, then that's what I'm going to do. And it's as simple as that. And I'm quite cool with that. Christopher Tretter, what is the first you do? It's bad enough I can't read, but you can't type. What's the first you do when you get home from work? I can't tell you that. I can't tell you that. Think into that. I can't. What? Are you left or right-handed? I'm right-handed. But I eat left-handed. And I kick left-handed. Bill Harrison. You know a troll? Bill Harrison asks, were you ever sexually abused as a child? I just want all the people of the Transformers YouTube community to know that Bill Harrison just asked me, were you ever sexually abused as a child? Bill's a very singular person and he has flashes of brilliance. But you also walk the fucking line. Rob Quick. Very uncool question, Bill. Either as a genuine question or a joke. I'm hitting the like button on that one now. Stuart Blythe says, was Starbuck really an angel? Oh, wow! Guess she must have been, but then if she was an angel, God exists, and I've just had a fucking conversation about that, so I'm very, very torn. But then if she wasn't an angel, how did she actually escape the fabric of space and time to actually be in the same place twice, even if one of them was her dirty boiled skeleton? Fuck me, that's a massive question. One that I'm absolutely not ready to talk about at all. It's just blowing my cake hole. Fuck me. I got snow. Lovely. It's not lovely. You're fucking shit. Look. It's got, it's the translucent stuff's beautiful, but it's just, the hands are crap. Look at the way the hands are. It's fucking awful. Stuart Blythe. What is your favourite sports-based movie? Youngblood. It's with Rob Lowe and Patrick Swayze. It's about ice hockey. He fucks a girl and wins a fight. It's good. It's brilliant. I got it for my 15th birthday on video. And it had a sign in it that said, don't wake us up with it. And it's got a very gratuitous sex scene. And it's not gratuitous. It's like a 18. It's like you see a bum and tits. And then Mum and Dad came down for breakfast just as the sex scene was on. That was my first experience of my first 15th birthday, which was horribly odd. Now I've got on DVD and looked like every 6 months just as a little celebration of myself, because it's the first ice hockey film I ever fell in love with, and it is quite a good film. It's a bit cheesy. It's like the Karate Kid on ice, but I like it. Christopher Tretter. Who or what had the biggest impact on your life growing up? Roller skates. And probably my best friend Dean. Because he's been my best friend since we were 13. And we were kings of the scene. He'll never know that I said that. Bill Harrison. Stuart Blythe. What is going to happen when me, Dave Shotton, James Ashworth and Paul Poo meet? I'd love to meet Paul Poo. I'd love to meet all of you, but Paul's fucking amazingly bonkers in a crazy, crazy way. And you were going to show me that silver dart-shaped spaceship, and you're not done it yet. Magnets. How do they work? Says Bill Harrison. Magic. God makes them work. Ian Payette. Who was your first ever celebrity crush? Tiffany. Oh, Tiffany was lovely. She was ginger. She was all... You look back at her now and you're like, oh my God, I'm not like that. Because like, she's really, really young. When I was 15, she was amazing. And Wendy James from Transvision Vamp. Motherfucker, she was a dirty, dirty girl. She's still a dirty... She's amazing. I follow her on Facebook. She still gets her legs out and shows her bum off. And Bill Harrison, what do you want for Christmas? I've not thought about it. That's the truth. I've not thought about it. When someone says to me, what do you want for Christmas? I'm just going to say I don't know. I've got all the things that I want. I hate myself for that. It makes me a fucking horrible, insipid troll. Because I should be better. But I'm not. What is your favourite all-time line quote? This is going on, isn't it? It's fucking still millions of these. I'm going to start skipping some in a minute. Oh, God. What is your favourite all-time line quote from a movie and your favourite from a TV series? I like "Yeah, baby." I say "Yeah, baby" all the time, and I didn't realise. I always thought it was something that I said, but it's not. I'm copying Goldmember. I don't like that character at all. I can't even remember the character's name now. What's his name? He was Shrek. There you go. That's how much I know. But I like "Yeah, baby." I say it all the time. Don't get cocky. Put 'em up, Pretty Boy, which is from Youngblood, the film that I like. Lots. I think my favourite ever one is "We're Gonna Need a Bigger Boat." And I like that because the phrase "We're gonna need a bigger boat" from Bigger Boat, Bigger Boat, Bigger Boat from Jaws wasn't in the script. It was ad-libbed on the day, and it just ended up being one of the most famous quotes from a movie at all, which interesting fact, quite like it. Matthew Adams, I like your videos. You're very, very good at what you do. Thank you very much for it. Which of your legs is the better one? My left one, because it's stronger than my right one, because if I push off on my left, the first change of direction I might have to make is steered by the right foot, which works better for me ergonomically. I roller skate a lot. It's just the way it is. Another one from Bill. Bill, stop it. Ben Watson, what was the best thing anyone ever baked for you? Anything my best friend's ex-wife used to make. That was always amazing. Zoe's done some lovely dinners. Mum's done some cracking Christmas dinners. Funny question, not sure. That's the best you get. Paul Gowland. Paul Poo. What's your fondest childhood memories? Not sure. Pass. Don't know. Don't know. The good ones didn't really kick in till hockey started. I used to love watching Transformers. I used to love getting up. Had them on VHS. Hundreds of them. Hundreds. Tens. I had some VHSs. They were mine and I could record on them what I wanted and I could watch them over and over again. And we had this old VHS recorder that was the size of 10 houses. The fucking great big long cable, like 10-foot cable, so you could sit on the sofa and it was just like, my God, I'm like the fucking Messiah. Bloop, bloop, rewind, and I'm this far away. And it was just like the 80s. It was brilliant. I loved it. Paul Gowland, did you know an Action Man? Yes, I did. Bill Harrison, Coca-Cola or Pepsi? Coca-Cola, absolutely, all the way. Paul Brown, do you believe in an afterlife? I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to stop there. I'm going to start the next one with that. However, if you watch this video, I think you'll know my answer. I love Facebook, huh? I hate it. Fucking Facebook. I'm distracted. What was I doing?